Hello, chat. All the Turtle WoW enthusiasts, or maybe just enthusiasts of me. I've heard there's a reckoning. There are a few of you out there. I know it. And if not, I choose to believe it. How's everyone doing? You guys have a good weekend? I got plenty of good stories to tell. I have a whole list of fabulous achievements I accomplished this weekend. If by achievements you mean tabletop role-playing games with mostly strangers. I came back from my yearly con, way up in the wilds of Vermont. So I have a good amount of stories there. Also, lots of news floating around the turtle sphere. I didn't do a news this week. It's a little burnt out after I got back from... can I do the math on that? It's 1, 4... Another 4. It's 9. 9 times 4. Roughly, somewhere between 30 and 40 hours of gaming over the weekend. Tabletop gaming, mind you. So, when I got back on Monday, I actually had yesterday off. When I got back, I'm like, I don't know about doing the news right now. Let's see. So, hello, Sonic. Good to see you, friend. Lax Elv, Lizzie Babs, Rauk Hangren, Onega, Ben Jewel. Hello, hello. It's gonna be a kind of like what I did a little bit last. No, I don't think I did. Anyway, I just want to get back to getting more quests done. You know, the Lore Master achievement is out there. And it gives me something to do while I chat with you guys and talk about Turtle WoW stuff, so... Yep, yeah, exactly, Lax. Plenty to talk about there. I do have something else here I did mess up. This is the last time I streamed I did Absalon, I'm pretty sure. I don't know where it went. I wonder where that went. Alright, let's get ourselves more set up here. Okay, there should be sound. Alright, I see sound is working. Good. It's a little loud for me. Okay. Yeah, last time we left off Vrograg, I was literally here fishing, and that's I'm still back here. Why isn't that going away? Okay, there it is. I noticed I hadn't been on Vrograg since because in my bag I had some unused globes of water. And if you don't know, you probably do, but if you don't, you should know that there is a alchemy cooldown. It's 5 minutes, I think. You can take this and turn it into 3 elemental water, which is used for frost protection potions. So, nice little, you know, because alchemists, they're clearly struggling to make gold, so. Oh, hey, Disco. Yep, no worries. You know, I position myself as a community voice, and I've been around the turtle sphere for a long time. What do I think will happen? Yeah, I guess that kind of gets to the core of it. Ultimately, I believe from the information I've gathered both like on the record and off the record, talking to various luminaries of the Turtle WoW sphere. And remind you, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't actually know. I've spoken with people who do have lawyers. It perhaps is a way to better say it. I won't say who I've talked to, just someone who has counsel and knows some stuff about the situation. I do not think Turtle will be banished, destroyed, wrecked, ruined, what have you. I think what is most likely going to happen is that there's going to be more hoops, loops, and weird things for people who want to play Turtle to have to do. I think there's a very good likelihood of donating to Turtle being a little bit more difficult. Likely moving to crypto. I only say that because really hard to enforce laws on crypto stuff, but people like PayPal, big corporations. Turns out, guys, big corporations like scratching each other's back, and if there's enough of a stink made about stuff, I think there's a world where that can happen. But probably the least likely thing that would happen is Turtle goes away for forever. If it does go away, it is likely, and this is very, very unlikely, but if it does happen, it would probably be because some arrangement was reached between Turtle and Blizzard. I think that's the least likely, but I think I think it is difficult for newer players in the community to be like, wow, I was really excited about this, but this lawsuit stuff's happening, and I understand that sensation. I mean, I am in a position, right? A privileged position where I've played tons of Turtle. In fact, every time I'm going to check out my, because I have to track for Lore Master, when I hit played, the number of days it shows up is well over days, mind you. And just this character, who's not my only 60, is well over 3 digits for days. I've gotten all the juice that I could get out of Turtle, but I think that's a very content-minded point of view. I think there's so many stories that aren't told. There are friendships and enemies in-game growing all the time, and that's the kind of stuff that I've done most things I'd ever want to remotely do. The only stuff that I'm concerned about is stuff that doesn't really involve the content. And, I guess because I started Turtle so long ago, so much of the nice polish and things that we've all grown accustomed to, stuff that's got to be janky or weird, that's just how Turtle is. So, yeah, I still think it's plenty fine to play. As with any private server, do what you can to protect yourself by, using a throwaway email address. Don't throw an irresponsible amount of money, and this is just in general. Don't throw an irresponsible amount of money to anyone, but if you do believe in what Turtle's doing and you like it, I still think you should donate. There's not to get into not to get in the weeds, but in the past, even the Turtle team has wanted to pay me for what I do independently, which is I make community news for everyone. And I've pretty much told them not to pay me. Just give me Turtle coins. Because I don't do it for the money, I do it for the love of the game, so to say. I'm not looking for adulation or anything. I don't really care about that. My point is, though, the Turtle team actually compensates people for their work and is willing to do so. So I can at least say, as someone who's at most done contract work for the Turtle team, they pay people for their work, which is a lot more than I could say for some people in this sort of and this isn't just Turtle, there's other private servers in the world, right? Of like other games. It's a good community of people who run everything, and they're considerate. It's so hard to believe that that still exists, but it does. And I think I maybe lost the track a little bit there, Disco Superstar. Hopefully I answered your question, man. I don't know, it's a lot to think about, and you know, I don't know you, right? You're a first-time chatter. It says so in my little Twitch thing. You know, I would be so crushed if Turtle went away. It's hard to even fathom it, just because of all the friendships and stuff and community I've built over time with everyone else here. So like, I can't really fathom it. I would be crushed. And I will say, when I think about doing videos or stream content and stuff, there are times when it's difficult, and not because the content's like harder to do, although some of it is. So it's difficult because there's like a lot of emotional labor I have to go through to like think about Turtle, wanting to make content for it, and there's like a point, at least for me, where all I want to do is just scream because it's so upsetting to me. And again, people should have healthy connections, relationships with people. The reason I want to scream is because of the real harm this does to people that genuinely are trying to do the right thing and like genuinely want to make a fun game experience for other people. And just to see that level of passion and artistry just thrown aside because of conceptions of intellectual property is just, that's the part that makes me want to scream. Thank you, Disco. I hope you took those words to heart. By the way, welcome to the community. Remember to follow if you're on Twitch. I do have... if you got primes, you can throw them my way, but no sweat. It's not one of those kind of streamers. This isn't my job. This is something I do for fun. I like chatting with you guys. I like sharing the passion we all have for Turtle and just games in general. Rock Angrin, that would be fun. But let's see. A couple things. Something, now that I'm actually moving around in games, something I wanted to show off to you guys. If you don't know about the existence of this add-on, I really think you should. Especially if you're someone like myself who does a fair bit of, T-mogging, trying to get that right look. Let me see. Oh, I changed the browser. Yeah. There is this add-on that I'm just going to show people around right now. I did a little testing with it. It's just called T-Mog. You can find it in other repositories where they're talking about, like, just do like a Google search for Turtle WoW dressing room, and this will kind of show up. The key to this is that it will let you know if an item you have in your inventory is something that's already in your collection, or, if it's something you don't have. I wanted to shout out Otari98 for making this. I'm surprised it's one of those things where, like, I heard about it and then I didn't chase it down. And then just today I was thinking about it because I was messing around with my T-Mog. I'm like, don't I have something? I'm like, oh, I don't. So if you do get this add-on, just be sure it's very clear after you install it, you have to go to a fashionista and click on every item slot. This doesn't mean you have to click on every item slot. And we're going to do that right now, and then maybe we can bump into some things later just to show off how it works. Of course, because I have, like, so many fashion coins, I have Glitter Glam, which means I can do T-Mog stuff wherever, whenever. So I'm clicking on every slot. I don't know if it's necessary to page through everything, but I'm going to because it's silly to see all the stuff I've gathered over time. I thought tabards could be. Maybe not. What does it say? Hey, Shield, how's it going? Yeah, hard agree. Oh, also, this is just a general reminder, by the way. I know to the people who are watching, this doesn't bother you. It's just kind of a peeve, because I notice this happens all the time, and it's not you guys, it's YouTube that does this, specifically YouTube. If you're watching and, like, you're chatting, which I always encourage, I love that stuff, do both of us a favor and just refresh, like, maybe once every hour, but that first refresh you do, like, gets your timing way closer to me. I don't even know. Shield's statement could have been dated too. Like, I just didn't see it. But I just want to remind people that's a thing. All right, let's double check those instructions, make sure we're going to do this right. So if I go to this, it says, oh, you guys aren't reading. Click on every item slot. You need to do this for all weapon types, so I got to go through other weapon types I can use. I think maces, axes, and swords share, but I'll just grab like a junk mace and a junk dagger. Actually, I have some in my bank. I'll grab an offhand, and I need a crossbow and gun. All right. All right, so I got all the main ones here. Oh, why did I do that? Okay, you'll see right in the tooltip it says not collected, right? Obviously I've collected it, but daggers, do I have a crossbow? I do have a crossbow. Do I have a bow? Oh, I'm using a bow. Okay, got those covered. Make sure we have maces and sword, mace, axe, dagger. Oh, offhand. Offhand's one too. Must have an offhand somewhere. There, Stein. That'll work. Shield, listen, that message was definitely going out to people who do lurk and chat. You're a busy man. Also, recently married too. That was a fun stream, by the way. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, but I got Shield married me and Vrograg in game in Booty Bay a couple weeks ago. That was so fun. All right. Take a look at all my offhands. Wow, I do have a lot of offhands. Look at that. For an item slot I'd never use. Look at all the different fish. That's the important thing, guys. All the different fish. All right, let's get some different range weapons. Oh, I need to get a gun. I think that'll be something I need to do too. Not many crossbows. Did I ever have a... Do I have a gun? I do!
Interesting.
Not many guns in my past. So, now we're gonna have the rubber meet the road. this stuff away. And the moment of truth. We're going to go into the auction house. Filter builder. Let's just look for armor, leather, head slots, and search. Yes, it is, Rod. It is a lot of fish. That was all the stuff that I had from last stream. I literally didn't get around to processing it. Oh shit, that's awesome. You think it was your favorite show? I mean, obviously anything I touch turns to gold. That's clearly what this was. Alright, so when I mouse over these, look at that. So there's a tooltip on it. You can read just above the disenchants into. It says unique appearance. Does that mean I have it or not? I believe so, because the other items aren't showing that. This tool is amazing for people who've played for a long time who are like, have I ever equipped something like that? Because you just want to collect them all like Pokemons. Alright. But let's go do the important stuff. We're here to do some questing. I will remotely stay on target. Like, kind of vaguely. No promises, but I'll do what I can. Oh, so, yep. I did come back from Vermont. I played 9, I believe, different sessions of Pathfinder. Mostly Pathfinder. There was some Starfinder, 2nd edition. Both of them were 2nd edition. The reason I'm mentioning this is because a very, very common thing I hear from people when I talk about doing tabletop is that, I can't find anyone to play with, and, I'm a bit more conservative and classical, and then I believe the best tabletop experiences are at the table. Like, you can have fun online. I mean, I had to during the pandemic, like many people. But let me see if I got this, because I know I set this up. That was a keyboard. That was a plug for No Ferris's next show. Oh, there it is. Okay, great. So, what you see right here, this is all the different characters I've had over time. Like, you can even see the tall cedar here. I click on him. Shows me, like, the information I had. What I really wanted to show was this. These are all usually about 4-hour sessions that I played. You'll see they all happen at the convention Carnage. And like, I've been going to the same convention since when was your last? Yep. So about a decade I've been going there. Each one of these, it's a real blast. This was like a character I had for a while. And the crazy thing is I'd only ever pretty much play at this convention. There's my new favorite. I just had to throw a name in here. I call him Thrall. Mostly I do it because he's I think technically he's what is a half orc. I do it so I can find other WoW. It's like if you say like, "What's your name?" Like, I am Thrall, son of Duratan. Or say something like that. You usually like someone says, "Oh, you're a WoW fan too?" But yeah, I got a lot of sessions in with Rawl. Yeah, look at that. Look at all that. When you do it through society, there's sort of like a standardized way, and you do a certain amount of sessions, you get level up, and then there's like a standard way you can do leveling up. It's not as free form as maybe like a homebrew game or even like a locally played adventure path, but it was so cool. So that's most of what my weekend was. And just to not leave you guys hanging about this, I want to let you know about a website. It is warhorn.net. This is good for, like, look, you can just bang, click on this, and then there's tons of ways to search for games that are happening. And Pathfinder Society, the way it works is, like, you should have some level of understanding the game, but you don't need to be like super experienced to play. The GMs that run these sessions, it's meant to be like a way. The best way to put it was, it's like Pugs, but for Pathfinder. That's the best way of putting it. It's like, man, I really want to go to BWL, but I don't really know anyone. I don't have a guild, or whatever. And you see a posting for like, BWL looking for 2 healers, blah blah blah. This is where that posting is. So use this knowledge and do with it what you will. It's very handy to have. And these don't always happen at conventions either. A lot of these games are like weekly things that are run at your local game store, where there's someone who is a Pathfinder Society GM or Adventure League for D&D, and it's just sort of like an open group. Anyone can show up, so you can sign up to let those GMs know that you're coming. And yeah, it's really fun. I'm telling you, if you have even a little bit of desire to play a tabletop RPG or just try it out, this is a good way to get your feet wet. Try it out. Warhorn.net. I'll even write it in chat. Warhorn. I'll pin that. So that's pinned in both YouTube and Twitch. Rail Kangren, yeah, it's a very fun thing to do. You can definitely play around with it. We're like, oh, I'm I'm Radgar. I'm a powerful wizard. It's fun. Maybe I'm just tired of okay, that goes away. I'm just I'm tired of doing WoW, guys. Let me be a Pathfinder content creator. I don't think it would work. I wouldn't watch me talk about Pathfinder. I could talk someone's ear off about Pathfinder. Don't test me though. Hello, Jesus Cow. Okay, we have a Tauren here. This is actually a new little quest hub they have out in Ashara. Like, new by vanilla standards, but actually old by turtle standards. It's been around for a couple patches. Laxel, I wouldn't be leaving you if I made Pathfinder content. I would just be here making Pathfinder content. I don't think Pathfinder... I could go on a whole thing about why so many... I think a lot of people are aware of shows like Critical Role. Why many shows that try to do what they've done fail and why when shows like theirs gets big enough, why they also fail. And if you play tabletops long enough like I have, there's this right mix of you kind of just want to feel like you're listening in on a game that's happening. And once you kind of lose focus on that and you start getting like actors and big sets and sort of like really overwrought stories, you can kind of lose the thread. And that's just kind of how I look at it. I used to listen to the Glass Cannon for a good long while. They did Pathfinder stuff, and they were great when it was kind of that vibe, but eventually they got some level of success. They had a Patreon. Next thing you know, they're just doing stuff on Twitch. Then they're doing live shows. And it's unrecognizable. And I hate it. Okay, this guy came to beat up the Legion and their remnants. He wants me to do something to heal the land. I have to go to Lake Manar to find out what's going on. Okay, easy enough. Do you have anything fun to sell? I don't know enough about leatherworking. Have Devil's Sword gauntlets always just been a vendor item? This one I know about because Obamswin's actually a Dragon Scale leatherworker. And I remember wanting to get this. Interesting. Anyway. I always like to check out vendors. Sometimes checking out vendors is the reason why Shibiji has a bunch of those dragon cookies that the team accidentally released on the EU servers. I'm trying to find... Do they have an innkeeper here? That's a farseer. I don't think they have an innkeeper here because the team doesn't believe that the Horde gets to have establishments. And that's unfair and also true. Oh, what's this guy? Alright, this guy is Katokar Bladewind. He wants me to deal with the Temple of Arkorin. That's where all the crab guys are. He wants me to go deep in the temple and look for something. I'm looking for a blade, maybe? Oh, it's Grokar! Doing some work here for the Horde camp. I likely won't need a guide. I know my way around, but you're welcome to tag along if you'd like. I distinctly remember, like, guys, I'll go do quests and Grokar just killing all this stuff while I'm chatting and not paying attention. All right, I got the nod. And your bear friend isn't here. Is she okay? I can't remember the name of the bear. It had a name. I remember the bear was particularly dumb. Also, do I actually have captions on? Show chat bubbles. There it is. I think Grokar might also be English as a second language, so. I let Haruka go back to the dwarf lands. She's looking for a mate. Ah. Yeah. Bears can be a handful when they are in heat. That kind of sounds gross. I'm just gonna say it. All right, the new pet's name is Volgosh. I need a Lineal. She is a fine hound. Fine hound. I just need to make a few more introductions and then I'll be able to head out. Oh yeah, Shield. Do you have any details about the Halloween radio party you'd like to share? I don't know about my particular attendance because where I live, they do trick-or-treating on the day. So I don't know how available it can be, but I haven't heard much. Oh, I haven't read much. I think I know the Discord where all the DJs are. I just haven't looked there yet. Careful where you leave mailboxes. I nearly fell off the cliff. There, we have a orc here. And she wants me to go local wildlife. Why does she want? Do you think? Oh, she's trying to challenge me to see if I have what it takes. And all right, lore-wise, is she coming on to me? Vrograg is a married orc, but what are we looking at here? I mean, if I was a younger orc, maybe I would want to prove my worthiness to you. Just saying. Fellas, always keep an eye out. What's going on? Okay. Why did they make a tent this small? I can't get in. Imagine a torrent. All right. Also, guys, news from Shield. We will kick off with Crustman at 16 server time. Then you, Nofaros, and Whiskey, all of us do a 3-hour and total of a set. It will be on Nordinar at Ravenhill Cemetery. Guys, it's actually on Nordinar. Go represent. I think the DJs don't think Nordinar likes them. Go prove them wrong. It wasn't Ravenhill. Halloween stage somewhere in Gilneas. Ooh, that'll be good. I'm really excited for that show. I can listen remotely, so I might just do that. Hold on, can I do this with the sitting command? Nope. Is it really just a size thing? Do I actually have the... I don't have the Orbit Deception of Vrograg. Alright, I'm gonna put that in my notepad. Let's see. New one. There is a tent at, what is it? Bloodfist Point? Bloodfist Point that has an opening too small for orcs and torrent to enter. And how far in am I? Nice. I can give myself little time. I figured out how to do time markers, so when I do things, I can go back to my stream and then look in when I'm making bug reports. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, time's gonna be really weird, everyone, because the EU is gonna fall back and will be at a different hour standard than the US, and then a week after we'll be synced up again. It's so silly. But thank you for the information, Chill. I hope to at least make an appearance. And speaking of the radio, if you like the radio and you don't like hearing my voice, I believe there are DJs on now or soonish. I can actually take a look at their... So in 5 minutes, Crustman should be on with the Whiskey Lounge, and then after, so yeah, sorry, Crustman's on, and then it's the Whiskey Lounge. I think they go right into each other, so check it out. All right, am I? You okay here, Yargosh? I thought he had quests. Maybe I already did it. We're gonna be killing some thunderheads. Oh, okay, yeah, Crustman's on right now, great. Also, not all DJs are the same. So you might like them more than you like the other DJs. Listen, I've been streaming somewhat regularly on Tuesdays. They want to start doing this. To me, it's definitely a different vibe. Okay. Thunderhead. I don't think I need those. Do I have bows still? I do. I believe these guys have a particularly nasty Earthshock they do. Oh, look at that. Now you can see Sandals of the Insurgent. It says non-unique appearance when I have the tooltip on. So that means I believe I have something that looks identical to it. So there's no additional need for me to roll on that. Also, what luck? Yep, take it easy, Shiel. Have a good evening. Was that my... No. So this I do not have the visual of. Now, mind you, it is plate, so it doesn't really matter because I can't equip plate. It might be, that might be something I could maybe suggest to the creator. I don't know how deep in the sauce they are in the add-on community, but some add-on authors, they like feedback. I think all people who do programming, they like feedback, comma, make sure it's constructive. Don't be a jerk. Especially when they're just making something for the love of it. You don't need to be, don't be an ass. That being said, though, if there's like a feature or something you might like to see, reach out to them. If they're open to it, you'll know because they leave ways to contact them and say, if you have any ideas or suggestions, that's when you know you can say something. Because, especially like small little projects like that, they don't have a quality assurance program full of people that will test everything for them. Oftentimes the best stuff they have is what they get from people like you. What's your parameters for your frill to be loading in the distance? Could you rephrase that in a way that I might understand? I think you're asking about ground clutter? Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I can actually stealth attack one. And we also know that it's not just those settings. There's also my EXE modifications, then there's also like the in-game modifications, and then there's also am I using the DVXV thing? Or if I'm not, what graphics card I have, if my graphics driver is updated. All of these things can matter. Because like I often say, the client on Turtle is held together with duct tape and black magic. Good thing to know, by the way, if you are like hardcore or something, be very cautious around these mobs in particular. That Earth Shock they have that comes out can crit you, and it hurts and it's scary. I remember, I think I did this quest maybe with Rexana, and I was pretty much stunned when I'm like, it took away like half my health instantly. I'm like, ooh, this is a hardcore's nightmare. Yeah, I don't think we need the coursers. We can leave the elk for now. I need to impress that orc lady in the camp, though. She said killing elks won't impress her. Just a few more. You have a file config.wtf in your game root. Check frill density. Okay, Route Kangren. I will when I finish this. But I have to think of an RP reason for Grokar, what I'm doing, or why I'm doing it. I'll say I need to commune with with my ancestors. Oh, one more, come on. That wasn't the one. But are you deserving of the title Lore Keeper? Era, I'm glad you are asking the important questions. 1 second, I have to catch my breath. Okay. Route Kangren, I do this because you're a great chatter and member of my community. Okay, and you wanted to know about specifically frill. Hello? Why are you? Oh. Frill density is 256. I hope that answers your question. Thanks. All right. Let's see if I will impress her. Oh, is this? Yeah, I mean, is that high? or low. What happens? I suggest this to anyone. If you're in a more technical part of a game setting and you don't know what it does, first save whatever you're about to change, then make the edit, and always keep an original copy. It was the woman. It was the woman orc, right? She was the. Hold on. Struts up confidently. I got your trophies. Slash wink. Let's see what she thinks. She says scared already? Oh, jeez. You impress me. It's not easy to impress old Nolda. She doesn't seem that old. Maybe that's why she's into Vrograg, because, like, we're both older orcs. I'll make sure to put the claws to good use. I hope to see you around. Well, actually, I am a married orc, but Vrograg here did most of the killing. You must be joking. All right, let's get back on the road. Vrograg said no. Come on. What else we got here? I should probably... Yeah, I think I have most of the pieces of that quest, too. I heard of an altar nearby from a troll. It's on the coast to the north. I want to take a look. Oh yeah, Lizzie Babs. It's a fun little island. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, got turned around. Vrograg's probably so embarrassed to be traveling with me. You know, I should actually see how close I am even to... I'm at 1,006. I think, is it 1,700 you need? Oh, let's go suck. We did break 1,000 though. Hey Nixius, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, friendo. Oh, this is a part of the quest for Zappo Zaplast, who is now a canon character. He's the radio DJ you'll hear, but they actually has a character now in the game. There's a quest for him that starts out in Everlook. I did it on the stream, actually. It's down there. How far along are you on the Lore Master journey? Well, yeah, 1,006. I think it's 1,700 or 1,800. So I'm on the second half. Really, Nixis? You've been working on it too? Also, for what it's worth, I'm pretty sure I could live that fall, but I don't think hunters can. Rogues just get a passive that lets them take less falling damage because rogues are the best. So, I think it's more embarrassing for me because I've just been playing for so long. You just think I would do quests, but there's like, I don't normally go out of my way to do quests. I just kind of do them when I kind of fancy. It's a little bit like my mount situation. I've been playing the game for forever, right? There's some people who just have all the mounts. Like even the in-game ones, not just the ones you can go in the store and get. I have the coins, even. Like I can get most of them. I'm like, I can't really be bothered. Did I go the wrong way or something? No. Oh, he's already down there. It's making me look like a fool. Oh, that... Ooh, okay, I thought we could... Can I live this? I can live this all day. Slippery up there. How many orc clans came through the portal? That's actually a good question, Era. Which time? That actually is a good question. You know, maybe I should make it clear, Era, that when I say lore master, I mean the lore master achievement. I'm not actually a lore master. I'm like a lore journeyman. I know, Frost Wolf, the Shattered Hand. Blacktooth Grin? What? Yeah, I'm trying to think of like when the clans. Actually, I don't even know that many clans. I'd have to go watch my Platinum WoW video again. The rudimentary altar emits a primal and unsettling aura. The troll lying next to it may be a grim indication of what powers it may hold. Still, it seems one could present more offerings on its rough surface. I need an ancient idol of Klakora. Do I actually have this? No, but I have a couple pieces. I have the bottom piece of the ancient idol and the top piece. I don't know where to get that original piece, though. Where do you get the ancient idol? Okay, well, if that's true, Nixius, then why do you need the other pieces of the idol? The barnacle covered key and then the bottom and top piece. Oh, Buzztronic, I pinned that because I was talking about how to find pickup groups to play tabletop role-playing games like Pathfinder. That's what I did this weekend. Let me see if I can ask some of the people around here. They actually might know. Ancient Idol of Klakora. Excuse me. I am wondering how to get the idol needed here. I have some pieces of an idol that seem related, but now I'm not sure. Yeah, I got the things you can get from fishing, but evidently there is more needed in CG. Okay, so it looks like I need that other part to continue. So, all right, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, Lizzie Babs, I have the top and the bottom. I just need the middle. The weird thing is the quest doesn't seem like it needs the top and the middle, see? Oh, you put them together. That's what it is. And lightning nails. Oh, thank you. Are you hoping to face off against the ancient Loa here? Well, if you need a steady sword arm, just send word. Alright, Grokar. Looks like I'll need to do more digging on this one. I have reasonable rates. I charge 1 interview. Can someone provide that? If so, I will bring the might of my thunder axe to bear. Brandishes his, which is totally an axe and not a sword. That's the new RP about the Thunder Fury. It won't be long. And can be done in, say, chat right now, if you'd prefer. Is Turtle laggy for North American players? Maybe on the West Coast. I mean, I live on the East Coast and I get regularly like 70 to 80 ms. It's not bad. It's not as good as it might be in Europe. And you can also use NAM power, which helps get rid of the gameplay implications of it. Hold on. Out of character. Ready for invite. Yeah, no problem. Nenders, enjoy your time. Have fun. Sorry, I am busy fighting a crab Loa. Who said they could? Gonna do a little slash beckon. first, what order of paladin are you? I notice the glowing aura. Just curious where you trained. Hey Jose, how's it going? I got sidetracked into some RP with these people that are gonna kill the crab Loa. Oh, did they actually? Want to send an invite on. For anyone who hasn't done it, the boss isn't terribly hard. It's tuned for like a 10 person with like MCBWL gear. This is embarrassing. I think I turned it off for stream. LOL. But sometimes TTRP gives me some lag, and I think I turned it off at some point. Ah, there it is. Okay, let's what do we got here? Adornate, crown of fire, and orange hair. Maybe it's just the kind lighting. Either way, seems you've been in a few scraps. I can tell. The content everyone wants to watch. Me role-playing with a random paladin so I can help defeat a Loa. I'm not getting any crazy whispers, so I'll actually, just for my sake, I'm going to put this here so I can read while I'm actually... Alright. So, how did you hear about creature in the water? Let's go with... So they say they've been recruited to Stormwind Army about a year ago. But honestly, that is history now. I am... likewise recruited at a young age. Land knows. Or I'll just say yeah. I was recruited at a young age. It does seem like forever ago. I do diplomatic work though, and that is how I get to wander around and do Interviews and investigations. Flips his notebook. All right. Next question. Oh, wait. Relkangren, where are you? I need you. There's a wait, can people see that? Possible ban evader. No, that's got to be someone. Come on, Relkangren. I need you to nuke him. Uh-oh, Relkangren. Oh, you got it. Also, the RP description we have is this character, this human. Red hair, hand-me-down gear. You must be a Weasley. And then thick accent. Fresh has got a thick Lordarian accent. Lordaeron? Lordarian? All right, they say, I asked them, how do you hear about the creature in the water? Interesting combination, interviews, investigation. I've heard mentioned as an urban myth, as an urban myth, while I got sent into Ashmail to learn more. Patience. Light knows any of that. Patience. Yes. All right, patience. Yes, I've heard from shaman in my clan. They speak of the water and its patience. Never quite understood. Maybe you can find some on the beach here. So the water beast is a rumor in Stormwind. Some of my research from troll lore keepers speak of the thing being a forgotten loa. Also, apparently the raid leader said say something about you owing his friend an apology. Missed that too. Who is the friend? Who's the raid leader? I want to hear this story. Given the dead troll corpse nearby and the altar, I am inclined to believe some ancient troll stuff is going on. Oh yeah, Nenders. This is my finely refined, my well-curated AI slop. I've been making it for a while. I just play it in the background. Sometimes there's absolute bangers. Sometimes it's just whatever. But yeah, I have like at this point probably dozens of hours of just AI music I've made just to play in the background. If you want, and I'm not joking, if you want, you can message me on Discord. And I can see about getting you some of the tracks I use. They're all like whatever, like anyone can use them. I don't own them, and AI steals everything, so you can own it too. Corzool, this is tell twice. Corzool. Who is Corzool? Core. Whisper. Sorry. I heard from Verestra I owe someone an apology? I know it can be tough, but many ancient troll stories have truth in them. Sadly, it is made murky by flowery language and care to share? All right. Last question. Do you think between the Horde and the Alliance? Okay, I got to the bottom of this I owed someone an apology thing. I owe a public one to Zablast, not the radio. There is an old orc saying, you have... What? Hold on, I want to try to be profound. Okay, I say, there's an old orc saying, you have what you can enjoy. It is a rough translation, but means don't be too greedy. You can only and if I'm being frank, what will we say? We'll say like pride and greed are the biggest threat to Azeroth. dare say Broadmoor. And I dare say Pradmore might have a good head on her shoulders despite all the incursions in Durotar as of late. Wow. Goblins have a certain joy of life that is hard to understand. But that zeal for making the most of life can be contagious. Despite goblins' unfortunate reputation. Want to get me slash rock hard invite. Spoken like a true paladin of the holy light. Ready. You trained at a By the way, I love this about Turtle WoW. I can just walk up to someone and just strike up a complete random conversation with anyone about and just be in character the whole time. Judging by your accent, I can't say where the Abbey might be. I don't know where all the... I don't know the locations well over that side of the world. Because remember, she has a thick Lordoranian accent. I think I got it that time. Also, I don't know when you said this, Lucy Babs, but I saw that you said huzzah, and that makes me happy. Huzzah. Let's get to Turtle WoW and just move that a little bit. Alright, they say you could say that, although it would be somewhat of an incomplete statement. You can't hope to right the wrongs of the world by kneeling and reciting prayers. You should be striving to go and see the world for yourself, meet people. Well said. I think you and I are cut from the same cloth. Also, I don't know why I haven't been invited to this raid. I'm not like still in a group, am I? Seems my traveling companion might be getting irate with the locals. Excuses himself. Where is Grokar? Where is Grokar? Where'd he go? Over here, Grokar. Oh boy, that is a spelling. I want it to be publicly known. Zappo isn't as terrible as he seems. I think that might be someone related to Zappo. Is a strange ogre. I can't think of a single goblin I've fought with before. I have to try to figure out who I need to apologize. Who was it with? Okay, they said... Wait. There is another Zap Blast? Goblins do blood feuds? Or is this apology thing just a way to get my gold? Which show? I've only had, what is it, 5 shows, I think. The most recent one? I might actually have to do some research on this. Considers. No, more than... Hold on. This is the kind of stuff you get on Turtle. This guy is RPing that he's upset with me because I owe a goblin an apology from a show I've done more than a year ago. that the name? Well, I can understand him being upset since there was so much gold on the line. Kendrick Zaplast? Oh boy, is there actually Kendrick I can find? Kendrick. Okay. Well, if I recall correctly, I don't know why he'd be mad. I wasn't judging that show. I could go through, I bet you I could find it if I look through my Google Drives at all the rosters. If I give you a written apology letter to deliver on my behalf, would you let me partake in the hunt here? Okay, Corzil says, you've been lining up contestants personally banning one in each group and then leaves everyone else to be judged by public, something like that. Yeah, I think that was my third show. Wait, did he dress like a pirate? Can I actually make a... So where's my lucky charm? Okay, good. This is the thanks I get for putting shows on. Idea what we might be facing? Oh, speaking of that, I actually need to prepare myself too here because I need to get my respec. I think I need. I believe right now I'm like in a dumb tank spec. I just want, like, there it is. There it is. The strongest weapon around. Knowledge and numbers. Alright, let me get this. Let me get that situated back there. Keybinds, keybinds. Oh, cool, I have this. I have Adrenaline Rush again. That's neat. What else do I need? Sinister Strike. I don't really need parry. Yeah, no, I'm good. Put some stuff on my weapons. Probably don't need the Onyxia Blood Talisman. Take on my RP, max speed. Oh, come on, I can get one more message out. I think they're gonna pull soon. Freddy's, his, which is definitely an axe. Okay, there it is. So for anyone who hasn't done this boss, by the way, he actually does do a decent amount of frost damage if you're like at a point in the gearing where you don't know if you're going to live or not. Actually, a frost resistant potion can go a long way. Yes, but its proc is so high. Well, let me talk after about it. Oh, I really needs Iblis. Do I even have Iblis? Iblis, why have you forsaken me? Actually, no, I don't need Iblis because I need the sword skill. There it is. There's the Great Beast. Alright, we're just gonna... let's get cracking here. You know, it might have been a good thing to have kind of threat watching mechanism, since I don't have that. Wow, threat show. There it is. How am I doing? Oh, I am higher than I should be. Third on threat, that's not a good look for a rogue, although I can just fix it. I'm assuming it's on Master Loot, right? Okay, let's see. Alright, someone wanted the Sphere of the Endless Gulch. That's this item right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Gives a nice little proc rate thing there. Gives you a 20% chance when your harmless cells land to grant you Wisdom of the Maruku. Upon gaining Wisdom, the Mark of the Maruku, 8 times you enter in a lightened state, increasing casting speed by 20% for 12 seconds. There's definitely some world in there that could work. All right, I have a 79. I have a 79. There's a chance. Maybe, maybe. I think I got a new item, boys. No way, no way. Because I'm checking the rolls. Yeah, 79. Thank you so much for the RP and... Alright, so this gives 36 attack power, but when struck has a 10% chance of dealing 35 to 44 frost damage and reducing attacker's speed movement by 5%. Damn. And new T-Mog. Can I make an outfit around this? By the way, I mean, this would be great for PvP. Do I do PvP? Not that much. But the fact that it has a proc that can slow people down, I could even see a world where I use this with tanking. It has a decent amount of agility too. It's not bad. Nixie is saying Arena Abyss. All right, sorry. I wanted to finish up this conversation with. Let me get Whim activated again so I can keep working on quests. All right, I need to. Who was it? It was Feresta. Oh crap! I gotta remember the name. Sorry, my UI froze because I just reloaded stuff. Yeah, I just want to whisper. So, about Thunder Fury. My main hand options are AQR, very slow and strong. So Thunder Fury is a little too quick, but compared to my other hand options at this point, it is the best. I use Mallet Death for sword skill cap on bosses and Iblis when on trash. Also, I can't believe we actually got that done. So Grok. Seems as if my investigation might have borne some fruit. And that beast seems to be a remnant of an old Loa. I'll have to converse with some mystics later about this. For now, though, I think we'll keep trekking in Ashara. Is the PPM that makes it good, man? Yes, it procs way more than on vanilla, and the sweaty melee parsers told me my next upgrade for main hand is pretty much Gressel. And again, with Korzul, give my personal regards to your goblin friend. For the chat, love doing a little cheeky All right. And we're back on, baby. We're back on. We're on our quest. Our silly, silly quest to quest. It's actually the quest. Foresta, if you're watching this later, thanks. That was fun. This is why I love Turtle. I've been here 100 times. Never seen that group. Got to do some just like random RP with a person I've never met before. We had a good chat. I got to have some sort of like reason and cause for fighting the Klakora guy we just fought. Well, set out for the end of the peninsula here. I think there is some old elves. They know a lot. Also, I am I'm actually like looking at chat and I'm seeing Lax Elf and Nixius just saying like, yeah, that's really good for PvP. I am so like maybe I'll put those pants on. Someone said it's really good for flag carrying. That is so true. If it really does slow down people. Yes, Rodfather, exactly. I mean, obviously, I've been gassing up Turtle for a long time, but I love when I can just show that, like, that exact thing that I talk about, why the community is so great, I can just show it, you know? And let me tell you, these pants right here, these ice-plated leggings, anyone can just go jump in a pug and get it, right? I will always remember that cool interaction I had. That's how I got these leggings. Something I wasn't looking for. And now, like, a piece of gear has a story and almost like a lineage to it. I'm going to be so excited to, like, this also makes me go, maybe I should do some PvP and check out these pants. Have I done this quest? Oh, there's a way of checking this. Okay. We're going to see if I can remember how to do this. going to fiddle with PFUI till I can figure if I did this quest. PF quest. All right, so. Does anyone know how to find if you've already done a quest? I was already out of the raid, I think. Sometimes you can't pick up quests if you're in a raid. Now, I believe there's a way to do this. Search unit, item, vendor, quest. This is called Keeper's Charge. So we do DB quest, the Keeper's Charge. Well, that shows me how to do the quest. That's not really what I want. I know there's a way to see if you've done a quest. I cannot remember the command though. Tracker. Ooh, tracker. DB journal. That's what I need. DB journal. Ah, okay. All right. Now to figure everything else out. I mean, how far back does it go? Oh man, it might go back like all the way. Ooh. All right, so that's the. A DB tracker. There must be a way to take the journal and see if I've done a quest. DB. Oh. Query the server for DB query, that's what it is. DB query. And then I do oh, this doesn't really help me that much. Oh, Twitter, thanks. I had a lot of fun. Like literally, it was just me and Grokar wandering around. I'm working on getting Lore Master or Keeper Lore, the easier one. And I saw that there was an exclamation point on the altar, and I thought I need to pick up the quest to get the idol. I don't. I just need to grab it from Gazrilla, I think, in ZG. But I'm going to. I was checking to see if maybe I needed a request, and I just saw people over there, and like literally because you were the one talking in Sage Chat, I'm like, oh, maybe I can do a little RP with them. So thank you, honestly. That was, again, such a fun little interaction. And I was talking earlier in chat about how I'm excited that, like, anyone could get these pants, but now I'm going to have, like, a great memory of, like, just, like, RPing with a stranger, having a good time, looking at your backstory. I love your backstory, too, by the way. So, I'm like, oh, this is such a great interaction. And all I'm doing is just gassing up how much I love Turtle. All right, what I need to okay. Eyes on the prize. I would assume that if this guy says he has a quest and I can't do it, that's probably because I did it. But I need to figure out how to see if I've done a specific quest. Also, Grakar, congrats on the gold pearl. Okay, so the other options I have is show data. I can do DB show. All right, this might get me somewhere. So if I search for, what was it called? Like the Keeper's Charge. The Keeper's Charge. Let's check out that. There is one quest. All right. And there it is. You guys know I love Shagu, right? But I mean, this tool is amazing. Look, I can just mouse over this and you'll see in the upper left, you've already done this quest. That's so good. I know it seems crazy, but like that's the kind of stuff that you'd kill to have in old vanilla. Clean map. And we're gonna do that, and then we're going to oh, we got that one done. I am all set speaking with him. No luck. Oh crap. However, my map says we are close to a temple where a sword might be lost. Let's get to looking. You know, Grakar, if you do enough random quests and stuff with me, before you know it, you'll have the money for the mount. Razzie, you can't be Gargorv. I think Gargorv exists. You learned yesterday that combining YouTube Twitch chats actually isn't allowed. Did you know so? Are you just intentionally a rule breaker? Do I seem like the kind of person that would care about a rule like that? I genuinely didn't know. And if that's the truth, what I should tell you is that literally it is a plugin I got directly from Streamlabs, if I remember correctly. I know that on Twitch, giving an experience on another platform that is distinctively better or worse for the viewer is against terms of service, but that's something like only sending ads to like one platform. It's not really meant for chat interactions. That's only one I'm aware of. And let's see, Sammy92, hey, what's up? How long have you been on Turtle WoW, brother? Late 2021 is when I started. The Nax invasion was fresh and new to Nordinar before it was named Nordinar. So I've been here a minute. Why do you ask? Also, hello, welcome. A reminder too, if you're on Twitch, make sure to put a follow in. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a subscribe. I'm pretty sure I have notifications enabled, and you'll be cool for like a couple seconds. Okay, it's just... Wait. In the pool. sparkles with a treasure. "10 years as a scoundrel pickpocket finally pays off." I mean, Larazia, if they feel it necessary to go after me for that, Godspeed. They haven't said, like, if they ban me for it, that's fine, but I mean, if that's how they deal with their content creators, okay, then I guess I just use YouTube. Like, all right, it sucks, but, you know. If they, like, give me a warning or something and tell me how to do it correctly, all right, I'm on board. I think that'd be the better way to go about it, but... My recommended feed on YouTube is cursed. I just got recommended a video where some dude turned his vacuum into, I kid you not, a real dinosaur. Nigersaurus? I think I detect the joke there. You're good at skirting that line. Also, Larazia, now that I think about it too, like, they really got to be going out of their way if they ban someone. Like, I'm not big. I'm small potatoes in a big old potato farm. Like, maybe they have a bot that looks for it, but how can you tell? How does no one knows how that is done. This could all be Twitch chat. It could all be YouTube chat. Twitch chat's normally too quiet for anyone to even notice. There's no elegant way to do it, by the way. Although, I want people to believe that, like, I'm an elite hacker that did this. Now, what do we got here? What was the other one? Just checking my map. I have to scout Lake Manar, which I believe is this. Let me turn in this blade. And I'll keep an eye out for any new contacts on our way back. I want to see if I can scout the Blood Elf camp nearby too. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to get back up. Oh, yeah. Larazia, Warhorn is a website that does posting for people that do tabletop role-playing games. I went to a big convention this weekend where I did a bunch of Pathfinder, played like 30 plus hours of Pathfinder. And I was answering people who hadn't even asked a question, but I know in the hearts of many people, they've asked, how do I find a group? I would love to have a group to play with. And I was trying to show people how to do that. I should have maybe put more behind that pin, but now it's just going to confuse people. Koisen, you're not wrong. What I really... User-friendly is sort of different. User or creator-friendly? User-friendly, I think Twitch is probably the best. Creator-friendly, YouTube is... Sorry, I mean to switch that. YouTube is better for people who are watching. You can literally reverse the stream as you're watching it. That alone is gigantic. I understand why Twitch can't do it, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. As far as being a content creator, though, Twitch makes it very easy. There's tons of tools I have at my disposal, but YouTube has, like, nothing. It's barren. It's a desolate hellscape. You got to figure out everything on your own. And if you don't do things exactly the way YouTube assumes you want things done, then, well... I prefer watching stuff on Twitch as well. No, sorry. I prefer watching on YouTube, but that's because personally I have YouTube Premium, so I never see commercials. Imagine having U-Block when you could just have Brave. Real ones know I've had Brave for years. I thought there was a quest. To camp first, I think. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, to be perfectly honest, I have no idea what the viewing experience is like on either platform. I don't touch like anything. I don't tell it to run ads. I don't think I would want that because I know what I would enjoy, but I don't know what it gives you. I'm assuming it has pre-rolls for Twitch. For YouTube, I just don't touch stuff. Whatever is on there by default, I put because I'm just trying to like hang out, play games, and like chill with you guys. I don't want to make it complicated. I don't want to make it a career choice. What the? Ha ha! You fell through the floorboards, you stupid Skystormer. Is that true, Quaison? By the way, there's not like a guide. I mean, there are guides, but there's not like an onboarding process from Twitch or YouTube on how to do this. You just figure it out. All right, we got the blade for him. It's broken. Yep. Here's the follow-up. Quaison, I get money for rolling ads with my 4 Twitch viewers? oh boy. Man, I'll be rolling in it.
Strength and honor.
Do I get money on YouTube when I do that? I'm not gonna lie and say like I've never made money off this stuff. Like the orientation video I had that absolutely popped off, like that made an amount of money that made me go, oh, that's how people make money. I get it. If I could do that like much more regularly, that's how you have a job. Still really weird, still something I'd never want to consider. But like I can't on a dime say, hey, you know what? I want a video with 100,000 views. You don't just do that. Not when you're an idiot who pretends to be an orc who is an orc for a private server. Like that's not a good career choice. All right, let's see what this guy's quest was about. Our blades, they do not break easily. I was cut in 2 pieces on... Sorry. It was cut in 2 pieces on purpose. This guy cut himself in 2? All right. From all the possible forces in Nashar, only the Naga have the technology to do so. Maybe, just maybe, they still have the second part. If it is anywhere, it must be located on the Shattered Strand, no doubt kept as some trophy, or prized possession. Locate it and bring back the edge of the sword to me. Search the Shattered Strand, okay. Let's do that again. All right. Car. I got some more information. We'll head south to speak with a local mystic, then check the Shattered Strand for a missing sword blade. Then further south to Lake Minar. Hey, Nax, how's it going? I'm a Lore Master RP player. You don't run out of quests to do. Well, no. Boy, I was really bad at messaging this. Okay, so Lore Master is an achievement you can get. There are 2 quest-based achievements. You can get Lore Master, which I believe is like 17 or 1800 quests done. Then there's Keeper of Lore, which is 27 or 28, I don't remember which one, 100 quests completed. When you get those, you will get a title that says Keeper of Lore or Lore Master. I am working on getting the first one, which is Lore Master, I believe. And if I do played, I'm at... It says 1,007 quests. I did do new quests, didn't I? I must have got one of them done. Why is it not? Anyway, I have a little over 1,000 quests completed. I haven't focused on doing quests almost ever, but I've been playing for so long that I thought, hey, this might be something fun to do. Rodfather, I mean, that is actually true. A lot of people don't know this, but so here's something. I actually have the exclusive title Fish Slayer, which, by the way, Rodfather, I still want to give to you somehow. We'll get back to that later. If you're watching a streamer who has the title Fish Slayer, the game picks up on that through the radio, and you get double eel catch rate. Everyone knows this. It's a secret, long time play. You'd have to know. That's why people watch my stream. It's just so they can catch more eels. And thank you, Koisen, for finally clearing that up. Colex, does it have to be on one account? No, it needs to be on one character. The titles are character specific. By the way, there are many people, especially on Northern Art, that have gotten the 27, 28,100 quests completed. It was very difficult, almost impossible to do on Horde until recently, but that's another story. Yeah. No, you're good, Colex. If it was account-wide, it'd be easy, right? So this guy, by the way, if anyone's more interested in the lore, this right here is essentially their Draenei, or so if you do these quests, you can learn a little bit more about where Draenei are in the turtle world, the turtle lore. Laxus, remember to sit in front of the sage. I was gonna kneel, but okay. Actually, you know what, Lorazia? No, sorry, it wasn't Lax. I remember this came up as someone thought it was a quest bug, but it wasn't. It was working correctly. So this guy says, let me get a drink here. I have a pair. What would they sound like?
I have a perilous journey behind me, stranger. One that transcends worlds. Yes, worlds. Riftwalkers possess ancient magic, sorcery foreign to Azeroth. Large amounts of energy are necessary to perform this art, and the less experienced riftwalkers often utilize the Drenithus crystals, the manifested lifeblood of our home world, for this. It was wise of Sandclaw to have you seek me out, as I am both shocked and exhausted from what I have endured on my excursion to my homeworld, to Draenor. Sit and listen to what I have to say.
All I hear is Fallout Ghoul. I'm trying, Slips, okay? I'm not a professional voice actor. Alright, I gotta sit to talk to this guy, too. I'm being told. Am I sitting? Alright, I'm sitting. And then I'm not going to read all of it. My voice box can handle it. I'll read it in my normal diction. I am of the tribe of Sanv. Decades ago, when the Orcish horde, no relation to me, wrought destruction upon what remained of Draenor, our chieftain, the Rift Lord Tastal, ordered the tribesmen to escape the dying world and seek refuge on another one. Sandclaw and his brethren were under my guidance, using my rift magic to tear open a gateway to Azeroth, your homeworld. Well, okay. Hold on. Big L to the turtle team. My homeworld happens to be your homeworld. There should be a tag in here. No. Because I'm an orc. Ironically enough, we escaped to the same place the orcs invaded. What happened to your other tribesmen? That is what I wished to uncover when I disappeared from the harborage. By the way, if you don't know, the harborage is actually like a spot in Swamp of Sorrows. Like they have a camp there. Tastal is the most powerful riftwalker of the tribes. I read the sentence and it still doesn't sound right. Tastal is the most powerful riftwalker of the tribe since eons. Yeah, that's not right. I'm gonna have to make a note on that one. Obscure. I don't want to have that open. All right, so awkward NPC language at 2:28. It should say the most powerful riftwalker of the tribe for eons. So I had no doubt he would converse with us eventually. That's what it should say. However, over the years, I grew doubtful and began searching for him with my riftwalking. Leaving Sandclaw and the others behind was painful, but for their and my own sake, I needed to go. What did you uncover? Twitchu, I know I've heard things. Thanks, Krokar. You're very subtle. They'll never see you. Something I should have sensed way sooner. During my communication attempt with the remaining tribe on Draenor, I saw a glimpse of what the red wastes are nowadays. The land is crying in pain. The elements are raging and demons run about. Another awkward, then at 2. Okay. I saw a glimpse of what the red race are nowadays. The land is crying in pain. Good, comma. The elements are raging. Good. And demons run abound. It could be demons abound, or like something different, or like demons roam freely. That would make it better. By the way, if you guys don't know, I'm not just being a pedantic ass because I have a BA in English, but because there is a separate Discord channel that you can put text corrections in that the writing team will look at, and if they feel like it's necessary, they'll fix. They do get to these eventually, so I'm actually going to make these. You can do it too. Don't let anything stop you from being a pedantic ass. You can be just like me. It's not hard. Now servants to the Burning Legion, practically enslaving themselves to... Not again. Come on. Now servants to the Burning Legion, practically enslaving themselves to them. Just say enslaving themselves and abusing our sacred ancient rift walking for their cause. Unable to process what unfolded before my vision, I failed to notice Sam's Tasdal locating me within the fabric of the twisting nether, interrupting my focus. And then, interrupting a riftwalker is in most cases a death sentence. Luckily, I could escape such fate. Instead, I was thrown through the twisting nether to this foreign place, with no means to return. Now that Sam Tasdal knows about my tribe's continued existence, I have now doubts. Okay, that one's just straight up a typo. That should be I have no doubts. And then at 2:32. Knows about my terms. I have no doubt in my mind that he will attempt to manipulate the harborage into submission to the Legion. Vrograg, your assistance is vital to my tribe's freedom. Please aid me, and you'll be forever in my people's debt. Axar, why would I... Everyone knows I don't do stuff when it releases. I like to do stuff once it's old and then forgotten. That's why I'm looking at the new content from like a year ago. I can tell you what. Like the writing team kind of phoned it in on a couple of that just like a little bit of that dialogue. All right. No, and I wouldn't get the Moonwhisperer Coast anyway. I could if I had PTR access, but you can't. And then I wouldn't want to show it off then, because I want it to be a secret for everyone. All right. As you can see, what I've witnessed paints a grim picture for my brethren at the harborage. I have led them to this world in search for safety, and now our past threatens to haunt us once more. I need to prevent this, yet alone I am unable to. Dear stranger, will you assist me like you assisted Sam Claw? Alright. I'll have to take your word for it, Haxer. But everyone knows I'm no longer a Turtle WoW streamer. I am now a Pathfinder streamer. It makes no sense. I only talk about tabletop role-playing games and Pathfinder. Everyone knows it now. Twitu? Yes, but the P in PTR stands for private. Private test realm, not public. They should just say TR. just TR. It only confuses people. Because Vanilla thought making that public would be a good idea. Not Vanilla, sorry. Blizzard thought it would be a good idea. Well, Blizzard thinks a lot of things. Oh, this guy has 2 quests for me? Alright. Being exposed to the currents of the twisting nether is a dangerous act. Its ramifications are still felt on my body. The Draenei have ancient recipes passed on between generations to combat the side effects of prolonged rift walking. While they do not have access to the traditional greens, I am sure the native wildlife here are fit enough to create a substitute cure. When I ventured east to scout the area, I encountered intimidating creatures with big meat. I'm sorry. I'm like in the pocket. I'm like deep immersion. I'm like thinking about this character saying this stuff, and then immediately just a SpongeBob reference. You're not clever, Turtle. I see you. I don't know Haxer. I can't do a good enough pirate.
I encountered intimidating creatures with big, meaty claws. More money.
That's Mr. Krabs, of course. Their flesh bring enough sustenance. To the west, not far, actually, furry beings gather herbs of intense smell. Yeah, I'd let that one go as an English major. It's a little awkward, but it's fine. Judging from their scent, I'm certain they harbor medicinal properties. Bring me enough of both, and I can cook a remedy for my tired body. All right. Really, Lex? It's kind of weird. I can only like do it if I think about
More money. Sponge boy me bob.
I can't really. I couldn't like talk like it, but if I had like a line written out, I could maybe do it.
These claws ain't just for attracting mates.
Rip fatigue mind. Before we can tackle the I just think that's awkward. Before we can tackle the saving of my tribe, you don't really tackle something that's conceptual, I guess. What should it read? Or should I? You guys think I should be Mandalore? Nah. He disagrees. You have an automatic feeder. Why are we even having this conversation, dude? Why you gotta be like that? You wanna come up here? No. He's just trying to get me to feed him. Alright, where were we? Before we work to save my tribe, we need to prepare, both myself and my belongings. Rift walking is very taxing on the user's mind, and interrupted rift walk even more so. Without my mental strength returned, a rescue will not be possible. My people have discovered that a creature's brain can recover immensely, if devoured. The more intelligent the beast, the quicker you feel renewed. Yeah, that's fine. Down at the shore, I saw serpent people slither around, some of them casting spells on their own. Bring me a few undamaged brains from those spellcasters. Let us hope the world's species are as smart as I envision them to be. That's kind of brutal. Alright. Grokar. I have new marching orders. This guy is wild, but I like his style. What's the best way to do this? We need to grab some herbs from the furbolgs. I didn't... I've seen those baskets. I didn't know what they were for, though. Nope. This way, really? Oh yeah, good call, good call. Fortunately, you don't have to become enemies to do this quest. Looks like you can just grab the bundles and... What's the respawn rate on these? 5 minutes? Yeah. Let me guess, 10 isn't a full loop. Eh, it might be. Thanks for the herbs, my furry friends. Mandler, you're chirping a lot for a cat that was just fed. Don't give me that look. You little fat furball. Before anyone asks, yes, I fat shame my cat because he's overweight. Because the bullying will help him. That's the logic, right? Hey, you know that person who, when they feel really bad, they eat their feelings so they can feel a little better? Well, I bullied them to make them feel worse. I say that as though I was never a elementary school boy and didn't have my fair share of making fun of larger people. Now I embarrass myself on stream as penance for my sins. And if you haven't seen my public embarrassing sessions, just really look for any stream where I did PvP or anything that involved me like being good at the game. You'll see my embarrassment. Alright, we need one more. Hold on. I'm just happy that these little camps finally have a purpose. What was the other one? Herbs. Yeah. This quest giver low key is like, I need brains, and then I want to smoke weed out of their brains. I think he's messed. He's like touched. But if you actually read the quest text for the quest chain for the event boss in Sunken Temple, you will soon become aware of something, which is the adventurers are actually the guys that made Hakar come back to the world. It is a great quest chain. It's one of the best quest chains in the game. Check it out. I'm not making this up. That is really what happens. You're quote unquote tricked, but I mean, come on. Brain bomb.
I come from another land. Let me smoke weed out of their skulls.
It's like, why would you say yes to that? He doesn't seem like a good dude. He seems like he's problematic. Yeah, I think it's just... just the casters. Grokar's over there killing stuff. I'm picking boxes. I'll be right there. Be right there. There's one. My sprint just came off. Oh, I see why people don't like this. This is only a 30% chance to drop. I'm just getting an image of Vrograg standing over the carcass of some Naga he felled with Grokar, and he is standing over them with a rock, bashing their skulls open so he can get their brains because an alien told him to do it. That's actually what happened. And somehow, not the most alarming thing he's ever done.
Grokar, we need more brains. That stranger guy said he needs them. Why would he lie?
Also, think about it. The guy that came from the planet that your race had a pretty substantial hand in destroying, homie's probably trying to kill you. Mogo, yeah, I know we are. It is tinfoil high time. The question is, did it ever really stop?
Oh, yes. Yes, you spite-lash siren. Give me your tasty brains. You're not using them. Not after I scoop them out with my Thunder Fury.
I finally got my first brain. Let's go. Oh, that one had loot. This one might be the one. I get 2? Nope. No, I need to pickpocket them. It's important. No, I didn't get to pickpocket that one, Grokar. How else will I get the free epics from the little junk boxes? Remember to check your clams. You know, Mugo, I actually have it. Because it's near the area where I stream. Oh, we got 2 brains. Bob Cyborg, I actually have a definitive answer for you about that. Well, what was that? Was that 1.17 or 1.16.2 when they said they were going to add Ranithalas, which was supposed to be the Chendralar expansion story zone. I even visited it on stream to check out some of the NPCs and stuff, and it never came to pass. Well, it wasn't completed, and the person who was working on it won't be completing. There's a certain amount of inter-office politics and drama that was involved in it. It's nothing I am qualified or really want to delve into, but suffice to say, the stuff that the people were, I guess, I don't know how true this is, I wasn't actually developing, but according to my sources, the person who was in charge of that was not doing other work that they were supposed to do or something to that extent, and the stuff that they did do was sloppy, low quality, etc. And so they just had to pull the plug on it. Do I know if they're going to go back to it at some point? I don't know. But right now, there's no active development plans for that. Exactly. I mean, when you... Lax, this community's so old, it's like... there's so many cans of worms. Oh, this guy again? This guy? Najaz the Raider? Because now you're Najaz the dead snake man. Is that it? I really like the, even though I feel that elves get plenty of stuff, I actually was kind of interested in that storyline. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, there was elves that kind of separated themselves from the old Highborn. And they seemingly took a very blood elf route in that they just said, okay, but what if we just like suck demons for like the energy we need? And then they just did. But yet they didn't end up being blood elves. They were like something different. I mean, Slips, have you done Dire Maul West? Have you seen Imulthar? Where do you think Imulthar comes from? It's not Azeroth. He's typed as a demon, even though he looks suspiciously like a Corehound. He's a demon. Also, the fact that he does the little Kilrog eye-looking ability. They had him in a containment field because they were using him to draw his energy out. I think to survive, but I don't quite understand all that, but it was part of the equation. We got it. We got the third brain. I also need to... I need to drop a vendor. Let's get rid of this. Oh, man. Oh, this guy's easy. There it is. Now you notice me. As long as we kill him before my evasion runs out. All set on brains. Oh yeah, good point. I nearly forgot. Yes, sword blade next. Now, I can't wear this one because this one's male, but that would be a new visual for me. Put those there. Oh my god. You know what? I've forgotten to do this entire time. I have to actually remember to get rid of those globes of water to make elemental water. You know, Bob, the more I think about it, the more I think you might be right. They were just kind of like, let it rock, dude. Hey, I got a weird demon. What do you want to do? I throw it in a cage. I'm hungry. Just remember that next time you think elves look pretty. Why do you think they look so pretty? What did they do to look that pretty? Who did they harm? You ever hear, the night elves talk about how much they love animals? How do you think they stayed that young for so long? I'm telling you, they did something to the animals. I don't know what they did. Whether they ate them, had villainous orgies with blood, I don't know. But until we do know, we can't trust it. I am leaning towards villainous orgy. Maybe that's because of my exposure to dark elf lore from... Oh. That's what that guy was for? I didn't know. The Drukhari of Warhammer 40k. I have food for your new friend. I know they like it. He only eats meat? Oh. Isn't fish meat? Low key, by the way, this blade you're getting for the Blade Master, it looks like Perdition's. Okay, the bear's gonna get the meat. Oh, good. Give her my regards. I'm sorry, Haxer. When I think of meat, I think of, like, flesh. It's made flesh. It's sort of like that weird distinction we have between, like, fruits and vegetables. It's like, dog, you're eating a plant. You're eating a plant. You just eat the plant. Dude, do it. Mushrooms are vegetables. In my weird mind, they're vegetables. It's an exclusionary thing. So everything you eat is vegetables unless it is made of heterotroph tissue. Nope, then that would be fungus too. It's like a good point now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, this gets weirder and weirder. What is a mushroom? Like, I understand, like, mycelium and how that works, but... Alright, Haxer. One sec. I need to commune with the ancestors. I'm gonna get into the bottom of this. We'll see what science says. We'll see what science has to say about this. Fungus wiki. Oh no, there might be a fungus wiki. This would be... No, it's not that one. Okay, here it is. Okay, fungus wiki. What be fungus? Let's go to... It's its own thing. That's the kingdom they're in. Fungus is its own thing. There you go. How about a non-answer? What else did I have up here? Oh, hey, yeah. Changelog for... last week? They should probably have a new one up soon. No. I'm not going to get distracted by this. I have these quests I need to turn in. If I do this all the time, I'll never turn any quests in. Done. They told me about fungi? I don't know, man. I think that... Draenei might have drugged me. Okay, how do we... It's not this one. I remember when I first learned it, I think everything was split into... If you have two categories, you either have autotrophs, which is to say something that can create its own resources, and then heterotroph, which was something that ate something else for its resources. Which is a very, very simplistic way of looking at it. So anyway, everything is a vegetable, okay? We'll start there. It's a gigantic Venn diagram, so everything inside is a vegetable. However, inside the vegetable diagram, there's a bubble that's just mushrooms. Mushrooms are their own thing, but they're also a vegetable. Meat's also a vegetable. It's just a reprocessed version of vegetables, much like fungi. And fruits are in there too. Which one did I... I got the brains, so... I'm sorry. What is up with this guy? He says, it has been a long time since I've tasted brains. Oxador takes the slimy, bloody brains and chomps them piece by piece. It is revolting to look at. Dude, Wait. Vrograg, you just extracted the brains from some Naga. But when you watch someone eat the brains that you had to handle in like a satchel or something, and give it to him, now you're like, it's a little gross. He says,
a bit on the spongy side, but not disgusting. I've had worse, trust me. Thank you, Vrograg. I can feel the mental weakness fading already.
This next one says, and I feel rejuvenated. My next step, jerk, is retrieving my most prized possessions, my Riftwalker staff. When I was stranded on the auburn grass of these cliffs, I was surrounded by rabid creatures left and right. One of them, horned fiends wielding sinister hexes and curses, their features reminded me of the terrors of the Burning Legion. While I lay defenseless on the ground, they approached me like predators descending on a wounded animal. Maybe it's because you kept eating people's brains, dude. Barely able to escape, I had left my Riftwalker staff behind, a mishap hurting me deeply. Oh, that's a little awkward too, by the way. Regardless, even if we recover it, my failed Riftwalk rendered it drained and useless. I need to infuse it with an echo of power from an expert of forbidden arts. Dude, okay, hold on. You had me taking things brains out. I'm pretty sure I gave you weed. And now you're like, so let's talk about some forbidden arts. Like, dude. You're a little suspect, man. And I'm an adventurer. I've done all sorts of crazy stuff. Back in the Swamp of Sorrows, a submerged temple towers over the canopies. Within, a masterly witcher resides, exerting authority over dead trolls and dragons. End his influence over the temple and swamp, and bring a figment of his power to me. Return with Ankh-Zador's Riftwalker Cane and the Mojo of Jamal to Ankh-Zador in Ajara. So I have to kill Jamal the Prophet. Okay. You don't meet the prerequisites for that quest? Oh, I have to finish this one. Seems I need to get some big, meaty claws for him before he teaches me more. Between you and me, I think he's up to something. Bob Cyborg says, by the way, is that Vrograg that's on the launcher? It's an orc in an office and a desk doing some work on the PC. Is it on the launcher right now? It isn't me, but... Oh, you mean like that picture? That was made by, what's his face? Lionel Schramm. That picture was a GM. It did bear a striking resemblance to Vrograg. It had different facial hair, but no, was not Vrograg. If it was, I wasn't made aware of that. This is also something that you can open a bug report for, because the follow-up quest shouldn't auto-open if you is multiple. Yeah, Haxer, I understand, but in my mind, it's a bug if something just won't work, not if something won't work in a way that it wasn't intended. I don't know if that makes sense, but for me, it's like, oh, the error said, hey, you don't meet the prerequisites for that. And then when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I still have a quest I haven't done. So I think it's a less offensive, like, kind of bug. It's the kind that, like, we can get along with, and it's okay. In a world where QA has nothing else better to do, sure. That's small potatoes. Although, will I bring up all the writing errors I see? Of course, because I can speak about that with some level of authority because I'm a native English speaker and I have collegiate level education in English, so. Also, in general, I try not to, like, start the conversation with the turtle writing team sucks. They don't know what they're doing. By the way, you have some typos. However, that does not stop people in our community from thinking that that is actually the way to go. I need claws, just claws. Big, meaty claws. Haxer, I hope you're doing well, by the way. I know there's a lot of things the team are doing as far as, like, new projects, goals and stuff. I even heard from a little birdie someone's working on a new raid UI for the base client. That's a lot of stuff to do. And I know from experience watching the team work together, a lot of times you get assigned the really big hard things. So I just hope you're doing well. Hope you're in a safe place. The team has been cooking a lot of stuff, and that means someone's going to be the sous chef. You know what I'm saying? Someone's got to chop up those onions. Yeah, Haxer, exactly. Raid frames. You know, the things that, like, in vanilla were essentially functionless and useless. I'm glad you've felt productive. I don't, I know it's probably pretty hard to have these kind of conversations, but it would be really neat if the team had a way to work with the community on asking about raid frames. I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, saying, like, hey, what things would you want to make sure that it has? And hey, you know, rather than you releasing something and then everyone never using it because something that's like an oversight doesn't get put in or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm just worried. I saw the vision when you did the launcher. I saw it, and I feel like there's so many people that had that got a bad taste because on launch the launcher didn't work exactly how they hoped it would. And now there's always, like, going to be, at least on Northern R, right, the older servers, there's always going to be a problem with people like, I don't use the launcher unless I have to. It's like, man. The thing with raid frames is they aren't for the veteran players. Most of them already have their own setup the way they want them. It's very similar in many ways to the launcher. Yes. But, you know, let's. We could talk about the gorilla in the room. obviously, no one from the team can talk about anything with the lawsuit, obviously. Obviously, right? We know that. Shagu, however, is named on the lawsuit. And I believe does withhold the rights to pull PFUI if you want to. And that the best raid frame options are not made by Turtle. So in a world where they can't use us add-ons for whatever reason, do you think part of the thinking is that like, hey, we need to have a backup plan? Because if that's the case, I want to make sure it says robust and works as well as possible. Or at the very least, gives a nice on-ramp for people learning about raiding to be like not as intimidated. Because if you're like brand new to raiding and you see the vanilla raid frames, you're like, huh? The hell is a raid? Hold on, I got some more delicious clams. One thing the launcher needs is an option for it to close out when you launch the game. Yep. I won't disagree with that. It also needs an option to not pop up and have like a panic anytime you use a second tune. Oh, look! Ishnuvala Trivia. Did I get all my stuff? I did. Exactly, Haxer. Because the thing is that most people who raid probably aren't going to use it. I'll tell you what, though. When it comes out, I will try using it. So here's another thing, too. I don't know how... I don't want to put on the tinfoil hat, right? But I have heard for a long time in the community people both liking and hating some of the things about the API. There is a point to this, right? With the API, there's some good stuff and bad stuff. I think a lot of people point to some of the good stuff is that you can automate some things that are really difficult or tedious. And I'm sorry. I just noticed that night elf that I saw looked really cool. It said, watch out for the bubble farter. I don't know what that meant. Excuse me. There was a point to this. So, I think as the world of like Turtle 2.0 like potentially existing becomes like a reality, keeping an eye on this kind of stuff, because I could see a world where stuff with the API changes with 2.0 and then you need a functional raid frame, because there's a world where maybe not all of it works on Turtle 2.0. I don't know if that's how it's going to work. Also, Bob, I agree that it should be an option, but one of the great things about the launcher is that you can play the radio through the launcher. I know that doesn't seem like a big deal to you guys, but I usually will be popping on and off tunes. I don't always want my game music playing. The fact that I can play the radio through the launcher and have it not close out is one of the reasons I'm happy it doesn't close. I do agree, though. I think it should maybe close. It might allow it to do other things, though, like maybe if you have a sudden crash. I have no idea if it has the functionality. Haxer might be able to tell us, but if your client has a sudden crash, it might be able to gather data when that happens to better inform the team about what's causing your client to crash. So that there might be reasons for it to run. Okay, Haxer, I know you're not in charge of this, but let me not beat around the bush so much. when I'm raiding on my mage or on my shaman, someone gets cursed or poisoned. Do you know how I fix it? I press a button. I press a button that doesn't require me to target anyone, that I put zero thought into and can be baked into other macros and add-ons. That only existed in vanilla because the API changed. There's stuff like that that is kind of cheaty and game breaking in a way that I don't think's healthy for the game. And I don't know if that's going to be something that the team, which has generally been pretty forward thinking about this, I don't know if that's something they're going to want forever. You know, I think if anyone here is done raiding, we can all kind of like firm handshakes all around. That isn't, that's not really playing the game, right? The same thing could be said for like the automated heal bot systems that exist. That just completely, because there's ways in the game to allow it, people will just do it, and it's not really playing the game anymore. Now, I think there are bad parts about the way the API went later, but I see a world where I would prefer a world where the team makes that a priority and actually fixes stuff like that.
Blood and thunder.
You see that, Bob? I knew it. I knew the launcher stayed up because it can make logs of that. Haxer, I know I'm not opening a can of worms. I'm just saying that as we move into the future, right? And Turtle 2.0 and their team has said on multiple occasions that they want to like have protections against botting and stuff like that. A lot of that's enabled because of automated scripts. You can do more about it if you change the API. So like I'm putting one and one together and I'm seeing that, I'm going, I wonder. I actually don't know. I don't know about how that's going to go down, but I think it is related to the raid frame system, because if stuff changes with what add-ons are allowed or not allowed, or ones that might work or might not work, that could be a different thing. And what if that like just makes it so that tons of raid frames won't work? You see where my head's at? Just like the Turtle team, I'm being progressive. I'm trying to think of like future problems that could be disastrous and having a good mindset. I don't know if because I've definitely heard, people like community members, both the team and not team, have these discussions, and I don't think anyone's gonna sit here and be like, yeah, no, decursive perfect. I'm sure it doesn't affect PvP at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Haxer. Yeah, I agree. It needs to be handled with caution, like world buffs, so it needs time and a solid rollout plan. Yep. And that's why I will make sure to feature and show off the raid frames the second they're brand new on stream, so we can all point at you and laugh. All right, we got this guy back his blade. Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting world we're stepping into, because there is, as Turtle expands into the future, we're seeing more and more stuff that's going to change. How do you keep it still feeling vanilla? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that maintained?
For the horde. Strong arm.
Sorry, this orc wants me to refuel his blade. I just did one quest. I want to make sure it actually is updating my tracker. Yeah, I'm at 1010 right now. All right. You'll need a powerful conduit. I have to go to Fellwood, where demons still lurk, and I have to get their fell energy so we can reforge the blade. All right. Cool. Do I get like a cool sword at the end of this? That'd be bitchin'. Hold on. What did this guy want? Oh, I didn't scout the lake. Ugh. All right. More writing ahead of us, Grok. I need to talk to the creepy monster guy and check out Lake Minar. I have a swift mount, so if you want to rest, I will return. Do I have all my mount stuff? All right, there's my carrot on a stick. I'm pretty sure I have gloves with the... Do I remember what they are? Ooh, it's been a while. Fishing... Mount speed increase, here it is. You know, I should check. I thought I did have spurs. No, I don't. Okay. Worth a thought. I also think in general, Haxer, I'm just kind of worried about Shagu. like as like a human being, I'm just worried that like having all that taken away from you just because hearsay and baloney, pillars of the community like that aren't easy to come by, and I mean, I want his work to be preserved, and I mean, maybe there's a world where he, like, even if he releases all his code to, like, the Turtle Team or someone else, right? Like, there's a reason why it's so robust. It's because he wrote that from the ground up. So, you can't, like, replace that. Zynia? Trial of Secret Hideout. Okay. Okay, we got that in there. Zesty and spicy, a combination typical for Draenei cuisine. Thank you for providing me with enough food to regain my vitality. Your kindness goes a long way, and I wish I could repay you with the traditional meal of my people, one prepared with ingredients from Draenor, but I digress. You know, okay. Turtle Team, it would be so cool if, like, there was, like, a different dialogue option, if it was, like, an orc talking to him. Be like, oh, it would be so great if I could get a meal from Draenor. You know, that planet that was destroyed by a horde. It was a horde of, I can't remember. It was a horde of something, like, demons and, was it orcs? I just want to be, like, sassy. He says, now, okay, this is the follow-up quest that we read before. We have to kill Jamal the Prophet. All right. Now I'm going to Lake Minar. Being easy, I just have to walk up next to a lake and then run back. That's it. Well, I got something else. What else do I have? A reminder to people that, there is a radio show that's going to be going on, well, here's the time. It was right from the Discord. October 28th, 29th, because it's right on the cusp for the server time. And DJ Whiskey presents Mancrick's Wife. Bound the DJ. Definitely go check that out. What else? What else other things did I have hidden away? Oh, I think some people might not have seen this. This right here is a exclusive picture of the top of my keyboard. I got some custom keycaps at the convention I went to. Yes, I have custom keycaps on all of my keyboard, but these ones are brand new and I wanted to show them off. And that is a Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. And my escape key is just a bulb. It's kind of funny when I hit it now, because it feels different. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Bob. I agree. You know, like, not to be too Debbie Downer. Sometimes it's hard for me not to be Debbie Downer when I'm like really Debbie Downer, but Shagu in a way can be a cautionary tale where focusing on one thing too much can cause unforeseen problems. And obviously, like, hindsight's 2020, right? This is not a failing of Shagu at all. Well, let's say there was a world where, you know, PFUI wasn't even as good as it is right now, right? But he also did, like, I don't know, like Pokemon modding on the side or something like that. When and if he lost the WoW community, he would have another community he could, like, go to. And that's why every now and then I do other games. I'm not even joking. Part of it is that, like, I wouldn't want, like, my everything to get nuked, and then I just wouldn't even know how to make other content. I like making things. I like trying to entertain people, even though I'm dumb, but, like, I want to keep my options open, you know? There'll be a world, a day, maybe it'll be tomorrow, where I just say, I'm done with Turtle WoW. I'm never coming back. And I squarely blame Blizzard. But that's not today. It could be tomorrow. Who knows? And if that happens, I still want the creative outlet. I'm genuinely still thinking. I actually drew a couple outlines for like a video just talking about that game I played last Wednesday, Absalom. I've had so much fun playing that game. It's such a simple game. It's really fun. It's intuitive. Vrograg and I have had a blast playing it. Like, I want more people to know about that game. In the same way I want more people to know about Turtle WoW. Because at the end of the day, I'm always going to be the news orc. There's always a story I want to tell. There's always something I want people to know about. Because I think it's good for them, or because I think it's valuable. Because it makes my community, I guess, and the larger community just better. I'm waxing quite poetic right now, I'm sorry. Although anyone who's watched my stuff knows that's a lot of what I do. Oh no. It's like I purposely pissed off that wyvern. Also, Loki, I'm kind of excited. I don't know. Ice-plated leggings. When struck, has 10% chance of dealing frost damage, reducing the attacker's attack and movement speed by 5% in 12 seconds. And it stacks. Interesting. That part is the part card I find most interesting. It can stack. There was something else too. Talked about the. I mean. How have I streamed this long and we haven't mentioned anything about dwarf warlocks and Tauren priests? If you guys have any thoughts about that, I'd be interested to hear them. I did know about Tauren priests coming a while ago. I didn't know exactly when or how they would come about, but the dwarven warlocks to me make sense in that I think any class that has access to mage should have access to warlock, because they're sort of like two sides of the same magical BS coin. I'm completely fine with Tauren priests so long as they have enough of the quote-unquote set dressing or what have you, the lore to substantiate it. I think some of it's close to there, but they need a little bit more. Not because like I think a priest class like you need to have the lore, but just so people have a better, more grounded understanding of how the Taurens interact with the light and the shadow. Oh, Bob, it's not hard. I've been running around as a Tauren in a dress for longer than I can think, because I play Elemental. If you play Elemental, you're going to end up in a room with a staff. You don't even get a shield. You can't. I mean, actually, I think there's some biz setups for Elemental right now that have a shield offhand and the claw from Kara 40. But of course, their best setup, the best one they can get, the best caster weapon is not available to shamans. Because it's a sword. I mean, fair enough. You know, like, mages and warlocks, they dedicated themselves to the craft. Shaman's got a lot going on. You know, they can heal. I mean, okay, fine. You guys can have swords. You feel like a Tauren Pally makes more sense to me? I think Paladins have the largest... Paladins have the largest amount of substantiation required for them to exist. I think visually I could see a Tauren Paladin, but lore-wise, it don't make sense to me. I think a lot of people colloquially say, like, Forsaken Paladin could work, but I think you really need to twist and subvert it in some way. As I've said for a long time, I think every class race should have their own class racial. You can start differentiating them now. I still don't think dwarves... I don't, like, yes, if you're going to give paladins to the horde, humans need shamans. I do not see any one of the human races as... None of them have the shaman in them. I'm sorry. They just don't. I don't know how they're going to do it. Moga, that's a good point. How would it... Well, you know what? I think we have sort of a new frontier for Tauren dealing with the shadow, and that's a Grim Totem tribe. They figured it out. The Wildhammer weren't shamans, though. Like, just because they went insane and ran into the forest because Mogud cursed their entire people It doesn't give you shaman energy.
We shall meet.
I Am Mystery asks me a very simple question, one that I am overjoyed to answer for you. Can rogues dual wield axes in Turtle? Yes. Oh, they absolutely can. In fact, right now I have them T-mogged. This is Thunder Fury and Maladath. I have them T-mogged to look like axes, but you just confirm it for you. This is the Blessed Karaji War Axe. Do you see how I'm holding it? Let me just put this here. Rogue's eating good. We got axes. Something we should have had at vanilla, but you know. Earthen are literally made of stone. By that logic, every rock is a shaman now. Exactly. Everything the dwarves do is very exacting and like crafted. Like much of what the shamans, much of what the dwarves do is about artifice. Like that's part of the reason why. Like, I would have an easier time seeing a night elf being a shaman before anything else. But no two-hand sword for priests. I'm a mystery man. Listen. Shamans couldn't get pole arms, dude. A two-hand sword for a priest? I don't know what's going on. we're getting a little crazy. The team is going to resist change, not because they want to be contrarian, but because slow, gradual change is what allows the community to help in the creation process. And I know you're not going to believe me, but I swear, that's how it works. I can give a very simple example. Right now the meta, right, with the Elemental Shaman is they use this really stupid fire build that's way too strong because scaling for it was kind of underestimated, and it right now is like top 1 or 2 DPS in the game, especially for bosses. AoE falls off a little bit, but it's too strong. Okay, that's step 1, right? But the community is getting feedback about it, right? It's too strong, and then the people who play it, like, it's kind of boring, it's not really inspired, right? There's things I like about it, but it's not great. You know, maybe if there was like a more interesting rotation and it wasn't scaled so crazily. All right, and then next patch, it's fixed, or it's changed, or it's something different. This is the push and pull. If Turtle as it is right now was released back when they started, people wouldn't play it. I'm not even joking. In Summer Sex, I genuinely think people wouldn't play it. Because when the community and the team work together to make a change, the community and the team have a vested interest in it. So, when I look at this talent tree, right, this rogue talent tree, and I see all this cool stuff that Subtlety got, I know it was stuff that I had advocated for. I know it's people in the Rogue channel had like advocated for that, like, hey, Subtlety needs something. Hey, Assassination needs something. Give it a reason to exist. Give us cool abilities at the end. You know, when that happened, the Rogues were like, damn, they did it. They tried it out. Some was good, some was bad. The original class changes too. Subtlety was all sorts of weird. Gave their feedback, the team took it, came back with something else. Now there's some people that absolutely love Subtlety. So what I'm getting at is that it's actually not just the creation that makes something good, it's actually the give and take from the community and the team. For that reason, you have to do gradual, slow changes. It's the only way that this conversation can happen. Wow, that's fun. What do you mean you're never going to see the Rune Master class, Mugo? You know what I'm still holding out for? Listen, you guys can put me on a cross if you want. I'm sorry, but the Horde needs ogres, dude. Can we talk about it? The Hordes need ogres. Like, think of Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3. Man, the Horde needs ogres. They're everywhere. All of Azeroth is lousy with them. Why don't we have ogres? Yes, our large model playable characters problematic. Yeah. Did I literally today? Hold on, wait. Is this literally happening to me right now? This is a Horde-only settlement that they made only for the Horde. I'm an orc, not even the biggest model, and I can't get in the door. So our big player model's a problem. What do you guys think? All right. Exactly, Dr. Spooks, you get it. Now, I don't know what you would give to the Alliance for that, but I think we can all agree that like ogres belong in the game. If we're keeping the Warcraft flavor, the old Warcraft flavor, like it's the must. Give the Alliance the broken Horde ogres. Yeah, I could see. You know, I could see the broken going that way. It would make sense given that the broken have every reason to hate ogres. Haxer, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. There needs to be some sort of like design conceit where it's like, well, these ogres are smaller. Why? Because we said so? Or like when they go into cities, they like a spell's cast on them, keep them small. And if you're a caster ogre, you have to have 2 heads. I don't know how that works. And don't worry, anyone from the team's watching this, yes, I know I have both the glitched and the non-glitched version of the Key to Karazhan quest. I'm keeping it because I like collect souvenirs. Did I have anything else here? I have to go to Felwood. Okay, got it. Where are we at? Okay. I do believe Morag's going to be home soon. And I want to be ready for her this time. I don't want to be surprised. So, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm feeling pretty cheeky this week. I might actually stream again tomorrow. I might continue that Absalom run. I could even do content that has continuity. If you didn't see my Absalom stream last week, give it a try. Check it out. It's a fun game. I might actually make content about it. Not like a mainstay, just something fun. Oh my god, Haxer? By the way, if that idea goes through, like if they make ogres, can you and I get like, can we get like partial credit, like 50-50 credit? That would be amazing. A racial just called duck, where it just temporarily makes your model thinner and shorter, just for doors. There's like no cooldown because there's no other reason to use it. All right. All right. So I should probably check. I usually bring up stuff on browsers if I want to talk about them. Also, cross-faction battlegrounds. There's plenty to talk about there. We'll see how it goes, though. There wasn't many details about it, so. So might stream tomorrow. when you're done with me, go check out the radio. By the radio, I mean the radio of Turtle WoW. Right now, this is me sloppily, but deliberately checking the Turtle WoW live to see if anyone's live on Twitch. I think as I'm remembering to actually raid people. I mean, hold on. I have 4 people from Twitch. You know what? Don't worry about it. If I had more, I might actually worry about it. I'll probably be playing and goofing around. Okay, yep, I think that's all I got. All right, so everyone, until next time, take care of your... Oh, wait. I almost started. Everyone say thanks to Krokar.
I won't forget this.
He's great, and he helped guide me. All right. Everyone take care of yourself. Take care of one another. When you're playing games, ensure you are having fun because that is the point. And as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.